today in this webinar, we will mainly introduce the way how to decorate the ceiling. So here I have prepared 5 different pictures. For each of the picture, we have a different style of the popular ceiling. So let's take a look together. The first one is just like a suspended ceiling, like this. So we will show you how to use our Cool tool to make something like this. And the second one is actually quite similar, but it have 2 different shapes, a rectangle and another one with multi faces in the middle. So these 2, okay? So these 2 are the first 2 tabs. We are going to introduce how to use Cool tool to design these ceilings. And for the next 3 are actually something a little bit more difficult. So if you have an attic or if you just have a house like this with the angled roof, or if you want to have a slope ceiling, so how can we make a design like this one here? So this is the first one. In the second one, something like this, very similar to number 3. Very similar to number 3, but we have different designs, right? So like this, the slope ceiling with the beam on both of the sides. And the last one is another shape, okay? So this is like a trapezoid ceiling. So these are the 5 different styles we will try to teach you guys how to design today. All right, so first, let me show you the first one. The first one is actually the easiest one among the 5. All right, so I will use this project as example. This is a living room, and we will try to make a beautiful ceiling for it, okay? So when you want to make some suspended ceiling like picture 1 or picture 2, basically you can just go to the 3D view. So we'll go to the 3D view, and when you click on the ceiling, okay, 1 second. When you click on the ceiling, you will see the ceiling editor. So we will go to the ceiling editor. Okay, so here you can only see the parts of the ceiling, but with the 3D view, you can see the whole room. So you can check how the design look like. In order to make a ceiling like the one we have in this picture, the first step, we need to draw a rectangle here, the shape of the ceiling we want to make. So here are some useful things you can use. We have line, curve, rectangle, and a circle, just in case you want to draw different shapes. But today we will use rectangle because the shape of the ceiling is a rectangle, right? But if you have a circle or if you have a different shape, you can also use these ones. Okay, so click on the rectangle and let's draw a shape. And you can adjust the size of the rectangle. It's just changing the number. So maybe I want it to be in the middle, 500 to each size. Okay. That depends how big you want the ceiling. It's okay. All right. Now you see, I have the shape. This is where I want to make the ceiling. And the second step is how to make it suspended. Because at this moment, you can see there is nothing on the ceiling. You can only see the shape, but it's not suspended. In order to change them into different levels, here we can use the extrusion. Okay, so change this extrusion to 400, let's say. So this part, outer part will be 400 higher than the middle part. So now let's see the 3D view. You can see the difference. We already have the suspended ceiling shape, right? We already have the shape, right? Okay, so now let me give the ceiling a 1 second. Okay, so let me give the ceiling paint, okay? So let's go to mapping. We have paint and codes. How about this color? So you can see the difference, right? Okay. So now I have gave the ceiling a paint of a light yellow color. But if I get to the 3D view, you can actually see here is with the paint, here is with the paint. But for this part, it's still white. There's no paints on this part, right? So it won't look very good. And how can we paint this part? And also in the picture, you can see some light strip, right? So next the problem we need to solve is how to paint this elevation part, how to add the light strip. And I think we can also see some molding here and molding here on both of the sides, right? So let's see. Okay, so first let's get the molding because it's right here. It's very easy for you to find. So you can get the molding and drag and drop it. But this time when you drop the molding, it will go here, you see? Maybe I change to a different color, you can see better. How about this one? Okay, so you see that is the molding. That is where, when you drop the molding into the rectangle, that is where the molding goes. So we need molding here in the inner part and also here in the outer part, right? So let me change it to white. Okay, and to add another molding on the outer part, you can just click on the line first. So click on the line and go to section edit. Here are the place you can place the molding. So we already have one here, the inner part. And let's get another one. Let's get another one in this part, okay? So I will use different colors so you can see the difference. You see? That is the white, that is the brown. And we have another place you can also get the, how about this black one? Okay, so you see, that is the other one you can put. So the 3 places are where you can add the moldings. But I don't need this one, right? I will delete it. And for this part, I think I will choose another white one. Okay, this one here. You can also change the size of the molding if you want it to be bigger. Let's get it 30 and 25, maybe. Okay, done. But in this case, actually, you only place the molding on one line. The other lines, no molding. Okay, no moldings on the other lines. So how can we do that? You can just duplicate, click on the line, duplicate to the other 3 lines. Okay, so now let's check. All the 4 sides are with the moldings, okay? So you can just click on the line, duplicate, so you don't have to change it one by one. All right, that is for the molding. And how about for the light strip? Actually, it's the same. When you click on the line, the first one, section edit is where you can add extra moldings. But the next here is where you can add a light strip. So when you click it, you get a light strip. You see the line turn to a different color. When you see this yellow color, it means on this line, there is a light strip. Okay, you can also change the brightness. You can also change the color if you want the yellow color, right? Okay, so now we have this line with the light strip. If you want the other ones with the light strip, it's the same. You can duplicate, right? But I will leave it here for a moment and duplicate later because the next thing we didn't finish is how to paint this part with the same color, right? So let me see. This is the 100 colors, right? This one. Let me add it to favorite. So later I can find it. Okay, so for this one, you roll down and we have added elevation. So for this part, you can paint it. I think it's this one, right? The one I just add to favorite. You can also go here, my account, favorite. You can find it here. Not this one. Okay, anyway. So we have painted this part. Now let's check the 3D one more time. You see this part, this line, we already have the color, right? So now when I finish, I will just duplicate the light strip and the elevation paints together to the other 3 lines. And now I have the basic thing done, see? Okay, all right, so this is a very easy suspended ceiling we make. And the next, we will just add some lights for it. So let's go to lighting. We will first find the chandelier in the middle. Maybe this one. So you just drag it. When it's in the middle, you will see the 2 lines. So they will give you the guideline to help you to find the center. You don't have to adjust the position by yourself. Okay, so that is the one for the middle. And from the picture, we can also see some downlights on the 2 sides, right? Okay, so let's get some downlights. Maybe this one. But the thing is, you can see the downlights are actually very small. It's very small. And when you move the position, it's not that easy. If you need 6, let's say 3 downlights on one side. So if I place them one by one, that will take me a long time to adjust the position to make them in one line with the same spacing, right? So here is another easy way. You just click on this one downlight we placed just now. And here you have this array function. So press array, it will ask you to choose the spacing or the quantity for the X and the Y axis. So we will use quantity. For the X axis, let's get, for the Y, let's get 3. So you see, now they have 6 slides with the same spacing. So you don't have to change the size, the position one by one. You just use the array, it will help you. Okay, so now I have the 6 downlights done. Let's check how the 3D view look like. Okay, you see? With 2 moldings, with the same paints, and with the lighting. Okay, so this is for the first one, all right? This is for the first one. And let's move on to the next. For the next, this one is actually very similar to the last one. The only thing I want to show is how to draw a shape in the middle like this. So we know how to draw a rectangle, but how can we draw something like this one? And with the lighting, I think it's the same way. You can use array to place the downlights, right? Okay, so let's track the second one. We will use the same project. Okay, so clear everything is blank again. And how about we have a little review? The first step, you can use the rectangle, right? Rectangle to draw. But when you click the rec, you see here is another button, light strip. So you can turn on the light strip, and when you draw the rectangle, you already got the light strip. See, you already have it. You don't have to click the line and add it one more time. So this is another easy way for it. Let's change the position. I will also make it 500 to each size. Okay, so that is the first strip done. How about the one in the middle for this strip? How do you think we can draw something like this? Okay, so except using the rectangle, we can also use a line. So maybe you use a line to draw like this. Yeah, but it seems very difficult for you to draw a shape like that, right? You can also use the rectangle and something like this to, then you can delete the line you don't need. So maybe you have a shape like this, right? This is also useful when you make some wall designs. If you have these shapes on the wall, so you can also draw something like this and delete the unnecessary lines, okay? This is another way, but we also have something. Okay, so we also have another easy way to get the shape we want. First of all, you have a rectangle, click on it, and here you will find the chamfer. So chamfer is something that can help you to cut the 4 angles into different ways. So let's try the first one. You will have a shape like this one, okay? And the second, you can cut the angle with the curve, or you can also use this curve to draw, but that might be a little bit more difficult. Another thing is, yeah, this is the one we need today, like this. But we will also check the last one. You can also cut the angle like this. Okay, so we will choose this one. And you can give it a number, how big you want the angle to be cut. Right, like this, okay? So now this is how you do it. All right, I will also get some paints, right? Some, oh, this is not paints. Only the middle one is paints. For the other 2 parts, we have the gusset plate, where you can find it here, right? These ones. Okay, so for the gusset plates, this is like tiles on the wall or on the floor. You have to choose one piece and pave them. Okay, let me choose a bigger size. Okay, how about this one? Okay, so you see, you only get one piece and you have to pave it to the whole area. Okay, I will choose this color because that is not easy to see, right? Okay, so first you have one piece and then you can click on it, choose tessellation. It will be paved for the whole area, okay? So that is how you pave this single piece. For this one, it's the same. Press on it and let's go to tessellation. So it's all be paved. And for this part, it's the same. Click on the plate and pave for all of it. Okay, and the middle one is the paint, right? We'll choose this one, okay? All right, so next, let's make the extrusion. Okay, so this one 400 and this one 200. And now you see, we have the different shapes, right? We have the shape done. And if you want to pave the elevation part, if you want to add lead strip, that will be the same. So just click on the line, add the molding, add the lead strip, edit the elevation part. So I think I will just edit the elevation part. No lead strip for this one, okay? And then you can duplicate to all the other lines. Don't miss the little ones. Okay, let's check. Yeah, it's all painted. And then you can choose the molding as well. Molding and molding, okay? Like this. And for the lights are exactly the same. For the lights are the same. So first you choose a big one in the middle and let the system to help you to find the center, right? So you see, when you see the guideline, it's in the center. And for the downlights, do you still remember how to place the downlights? You first get one here, and then you can use the array function. So let's put 2 and 3, like this, right? Okay, so you see the beautiful suspended ceiling with 2 different layers, and especially the middle one with a different shape, right? Okay, so that is for the first 2. For picture 1 and picture 2 are basically the same way to design the ceiling. In general, first, you need to draw the shape, no matter it's just a simple rectangle or the one we have in the middle. So the first way is to draw the shape. And the second way, you can set the extrusion to get them with different levels. So you can see the ceiling is suspended. Number 2, you can add molding, you can add paints or gusset plates or whatever to give them a texture, right? And then you can add molding, light strip, or the elevation paints. Okay, so this is how you make the ceiling. And for the so far, do you guys have any questions? Any questions for these 2? You can leave me a message, or you can just turn on your microphone to ask. Or if you are too shy to talk, you can also leave me a message in the chat box. No, not yet. Okay. So if no, it doesn't matter. Later, when you come out any questions, you can also leave me a message at any time. Let's move on to the next 3, because the next 3 are, we will be using a different way to do the ceiling design. Okay, so like this one. If you have been to my webinar last week, we have actually used this same picture for the kitchen design, right? And I remember during that webinar, somebody saw the ceiling and asked how to make a ceiling design like this one. So today, forget about the kitchen. We will focus on the ceiling. So when you apply the texture, the material to the ceiling, that will be the same. You just find the paints, find the plates, and apply to it. The difficult part is how to make it like this shape. Okay, all right, so for this one, let's, I think I will use another project for this one, because you can see the ceiling is like this, right? Let me draw. So you can see the ceiling is actually like this. So the height will be a little bit more to the top, right? So the height will be a little bit more. In our Coolhome 2, the default height of the room is 2,800. But if you want to give it a ceiling like this and still want the room to look with a normal height, we need to change it a little bit higher. Okay, or if you have the attic, that won't be a problem, because the attic is normally not as high as the normal rooms, right? Okay, so let's see. All right, so the first step, you have to change the height of the room by here. So you see, I already changed it to 3,500. So that depends how big you want the ceiling is to be. So you can change it from here, either with the 2D or the 3D view. So you can change from here. So now, all right, I have already get the room a little bit higher. And now let's draw the ceiling. So this time you don't go to ceiling editor. No, not from here. We will go to another way, another part. Let's go to advanced to construction. Okay, so this is where you can make the, how do we say, complicated ceiling design. You can go to advanced to construction. Okay, so here we go. It's just another interface. You can see here, it looks a little bit different, but most of the functions are the same. You still have the different things to help you to draw the shapes, like the line, the rectangle, the circle, or this one, the arc. So you can use to draw the shape. And on the left side, you can find different textures that you want to apply to the ceiling, right? Okay. So for this one, we need to make a ceiling like that. Okay, we need to make a ceiling like this together with a beam in the middle, right? So first, let's see, I will use this one, the guideline to help us. Okay, so first let's add guys. Okay, sorry. I will use this one, the measure, to see how big it is. 4,000, right? And the other side, 5,000. So you need to remember the size of the room. That will help you to get the shape done easily. All right, how about we get the middle points and we will draw the shape like this one, okay? So first you get add gas and 2,000, that will be the middle, right? It's here. And how about I want the ceiling to be 800. So another line, 800, right? Like this. So now I have these two lines to help you. And next I can draw the line. How about I hide the furniture? Okay, so now it's better, right? You can see the two guidelines here, right? One second. I think it's not very easy for you guys to see. Just one moment. Okay. All right, so let me, change it one more time. So let's go to advanced to construction. And I've just got the, okay, so you can go to this little eye to hide the furniture. So, and I just got these two guidelines to help me to get the shape. Okay, so let's draw the shape first. I will use the line. Okay, right? So now you see the arc of the ceiling, right? And how can we make it like a ceiling? Let's see, here we have another very useful function called push and pull. So press this one, and then you will pull right to the end of the room, which is 5,000 long. We have just measured, remember? Okay, see, perfect match. And this one is the same, 5,000. Okay, so this is how you get the seating. You see? Right? This is how you get the seating. And next is how to draw the beam. 1, 2, 3 line, right? Like that. But for this design, I think it's better to draw the beam and then push these two parts. Okay, so we'll go back. I will leave the shape right here. And now let's go to the other side to draw the beam. And we will use the same way. First to draw the shape and then to pull it to the other side. Okay. Emma, where is Emma? Emma is not here. Okay. All right, so I will leave the shape here and let's draw the beam first. Okay, so I will go to here and you need to decide where you want the beam to be. So I will also use the guys, maybe 1,500. And this one here, 400. And another one, 200. And one more. Right. From here, another 200. So this little rectangle here is where I want to draw the beam. So I will use rec to get it, okay? All right, and then we can also use push and pull. Okay, so too small to pull it. All right, and to the other side, 4,000, right? Okay, so you see? 4,000, we already get it. Okay, so next, it's better to select this beam, press Shift on your keyboard and select this beam, okay? To select it. Okay, why it doesn't get it? All right, anyway, so let me select it. Okay, 1 second. All right, so select the beam and then group it. Okay, group it. And now let's find texture for it. In the picture is white, but I think I will use different colors because if everything is all white, you guys cannot see clearly. I will choose a wood color, okay? Maybe, yeah, this one. All right, I don't think I group it. 1 second, let me group it one more time. Because if I have this, all the face grouped, you don't have to apply the texture. You only need to apply the texture one time. It will apply to the whole beam. Okay, so still not. All right, like this, right? Let's see, okay, group. Now it's fine. All right, so next thing is it's better to draw this one by one and then apply the texture. But now as we have already grouped it as one, you only need to make a duplicate. You see? Make a duplicate and then you can also type in the spacing, how much you want it to be, 150, right? Because it's a group, you see? Exactly the same one. And one more. Okay, 150, 1,500. Okay, we'll have just three beams. All right. And next, let's draw. Let's pull one more time the shape. Ooh, 5,000. And this one pull another 5,000. Now you see, this is the shape we want. Okay. And then you can also apply some texture for these two parts. We can go to let's find something, okay. Gusset plates, maybe.
I want to ask you, please.
Yes. Questions?
You want to make insulin CNC about wood.
Thấy toàn người nước nào không vậy?
Are you talking to me?
Insulin, there are new decoration about wood. CNC. I can send to you photo about this.
I'm not sure. I didn't get it. What decoration you want?
In chatting, send it to you photo about this. I wanted to know.
Okay,
how...
you can send a photo. You can send a picture to the chatting box.
Okay, okay. Send it to you now.
All right. Okay, so yeah, let's continue. So you can also apply this different texture to the ceiling, okay, like this. And the next thing is to add some downlights as well. So for the lights, you cannot find it from here. You have to go back. Okay, I see another two people raising the hand. What questions do you guys have? Camera question?
Can we make their CNC partition at ceiling level?
Like a ceiling what?
CNC, some design of wood or something else like that.
Okay, so how about you guys?
I can't see the photo.
Yeah,
but
I didn't see any picture yet.
In chatting, photo.
You can send a picture in the chat box.
Type in WhatsApp?
No. In here, in the Zoom meeting, we have the chat box.
In here, I can send about WhatsApp. Send it to you.
I cannot see. I'm not in the WhatsApp. I cannot see at this moment. But you can send a picture in this Zoom meeting. We have the chat box. You can sign a picture here, so everybody can see.
This meeting haven't the picture. I can send the picture here. Can you make some design like CNC?
Yeah, but I don't know what is CNC. What CNC is?
Okay, I send a photo in WhatsApp about this meeting. I can send photo.
You can send a picture here. I cannot see the photo in WhatsApp.
Here, I don't send here. مش عارف. I can't send here. I don't know.
Okay. So we can solve your problem. Yeah, we can solve your problem later then. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's move on. Now we finished the ceiling design. The next part is to add some downlights. So for downlights, you also go back here to the floor planner. You can go to lighting and some downlights. But this one is a little bit different because the ceiling is not on one surface. It's not flat. So for the flat one, it's very easy for you to add the lights. But for this one, you actually need to change the position of it. So we will choose one, and you see the light is here. Okay, so let's move the...
How can we fix the view for working?
Okay, this is the 3D view. And then you can also check it in the 2D view, right? So try to move the lights into the position that you want.
How can we fix in a one view? Just, I think if we focus on the wall.
Okay, so you can see the 2D view and the 3D view. And for this one, because the ceiling is not flat, so you have to very carefully to move the light to the position where you want it to be, right? So you can check the 2D view, you can check the 3D view, and let's try to move it to the room first, okay? because
no,
it's
can we fix the exact point for every time?
Fix what? What do you want to fix?
Means view, any view for working.
What is the view? This is this. We have only the 2D view and the 3D view.
No. In 3D, if we working, if I want to work only the front wall, I
Different
want to
wall.
fix. Yes.
You can go to the wall editor. You can go to the wall editor, okay? All right, so now we have this first light here, right? And then you need to change the, to adjust the position and also the angle of it. You can also check from the right side here to get you a more precise size of it. By changing the angle, you can move to rotate, right? Like this, okay? And you can see from here to help you to check better to, I think it should be a little bit higher. And you can also change the angle like this, right? So I think now it's almost done, right? Okay, so once you place one downlight, another one is very easy. Just press Alt on your keyboard and then press this one to make a duplicate. Okay, like this. And on the other side is the same. Press Alt and make a duplicate, change the position of it, like this. And you can go to this side to check. Yeah, it's fine. And then we can make another duplicate like this, okay? This is how you add the light. Adding the light on the slope ceiling is not very easy. You need to be very careful to adjust the position and the angle. You can also use these ones to help you, the distance from the ground and the angle. So for the angle, normally we will change on the X, on the Y axis, okay? On the Y axis, so you can change the position of it. All right, so this is for the first picture. And let's see, the second picture is actually quite similar, but we don't have the beam like a straight beam. So how can we draw something like this? Okay. Right, we will, let me delete the light. Okay, so we will go back to advanced to construction. And I will leave this, these two parts, okay? I will only delete the 3 beam. Delete it, okay? So I will leave this one right here like this. And how can we draw the beam like this one in the picture? Okay, so let's see, I will use this side. Okay, and hide the furniture, okay? So first, I will also use the guideline to help me how thick you want the beam to be. Maybe 150, okay? And this side also 150. Okay, so you see the 2 lines here, and then we will use the line to connect. All right, so you see, now we have the shape of the beam. And you can also use push and pull to give it the thickness. How about 200? Okay, this is the first beam. See, this is the first beam for this one. Okay, so this is the first beam. And we also need to group it to give it a texture, because this one is right against to the wall, so it's more difficult to select it. I think I will just click one by one. To click all the faces to select them and to group them. Okay, group. All right, let me try to see if I have clicked all the face. Mapping, give it a wood. How about this one? Oh, where is the one I used just now? Okay, let's use this one.
How many faces need to select?
You need to select all the faces.
4 side or 3 side?
All of them, everywhere. So I think I missed this one. You see, it's still white. I missed a lot of them. So let's select one more time. Because if this in the middle, it's easier for you to select. At the very back of the wall, it's difficult. And sometimes you may miss, right? So I will group them one more time. I think now it's fine. Still one missing. Okay. All right, I think it's okay. Right. All right, so now we can also make a duplicate. So select it, duplicate where you want it to be with spacing. Okay. And another one, duplicate 1200. And I think we can get one more. All right, like this. So you see, you just got exactly the same one like this. And if you want to apply the lights, it will be the same. So you go back to the floor planner.
Sorry, one question, please.
Yeah.
Is there any command that we can use it instead of duplicate? I mean, if I want to have more copies rather than only 2s, then how can we do?
You copy them one by one.
Okay.
If you want more than 2, you can group 2 together. So now we have this one beam as a group. So you can also select, select these 2 to make them a group. And then you can duplicate 2 more, you see? So you need to group them first. Whenever you have them as a group, and when you make the duplicate, you will have them as a group. Okay. All right. So yeah. So this is the second one. They are actually numbers 3, number 4. So numbers 3, number 4 are actually the same, right? It's the same. Number 5 is actually very similar. So since you guys already know how to make a ceiling like that, I think this one won't be a problem for you. So we only need to leave this space, right? So I can draw the shape, another triangle, but leave a space in the middle, right? So let's have a try with the last picture. Okay, so I will delete this one. Okay. All right, so
where to get the images which we see?
This one, like this.
No.
Which picture do you want to see?
These are the on side, left side.
This one?
Yes.
This one we have just finished.
No, where you get?
Oh, no, just get random pictures online.
Okay.
Yeah, you just search the different pictures online. Okay. So, all right, so let's try to make the last one. All right, so this is also the same method we use for number 4 in numbers 3 and number 4. Okay, so for this one, this time, let me hide the furniture first. Okay, so we will also use this one, and you will use the guideline to help you how big you want the ceiling to be, 800. And how big you want each side to be, maybe 1,200. And this side also 1,200. So we will leave this space flat. We will try to push and pull the two sides, right? So you will use a line to draw a triangle. And another one, right, like this, okay? And then we can use push and pull. 5,000, no. 5,000 all the way to the end, right? And this part is the same, 5,000. Okay, so this is how you get it. It's very easy, but I think this one is a little bit too small. In the picture, it's more, right? It's more. The height is like, I think, over 1,000. Now we have only 800, so it's not very big, but you can still see it's the same shape if we want, right? Like this, see? Okay, all right. I think not on the picture, but I think I want to show you one more. What if this is not a straight line? I want it to be a arc. So you can also use the shape to help you. That is something also very popular design show in the ceiling design. Okay, so 1 second, it's a little bit slow. All right. Okay, so all right, I think I delete my guideline. 1,000 this time. Make it smaller. Also 1,000. Okay, so like what we did just now, I will also get the triangle first. Right, in order to make it not like straight line, but arc. So you can use this one. You see, like this. And give it a 150. And on the other side is also 150. Then I can delete unnecessary line, which is this one, this part, I don't need it. Delete it, and then we can push and pull. 5,000 and another 5,000. You will have a ceiling like this. So the advanced construction tool is something very useful to help you make different designs, not only for the ceiling, but also for the wall, for the floor. So you can just use your imagination and use it to help you to get the design you want. Okay, all right, so I think this is enough from my part.